because I know what it is like to have something and then to lose it. And I don't want Britain to lose what it has. I grew up in a poor country, and I watched my relatively wealthy family become poorer and poorer and poorer, despite working harder and harder as their money disappeared with inflation. I came back to the UK, age 16, with my father's last £100 in the hope of a better life. So I have lived with the consequences of terrible governments that destroy lives, and I never, ever want that to happen here.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. That was Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom, a Nigerian-born politician, using Nigeria as a basket case of governments that destroy lives, saying that what happens to Nigeria and Nigerians, that she wouldn't want that to happen to Britain, a country she ran to for refuge, for a better life. I was shocked that when the Arise News panel was discussing it, Rufai Oseni and all these people were kicking Kemi Badenoch, even when they admitted that what she said was true. But they are always that she shouldn't have said it. If she didn't say it, then she would have been a hypocrite. It's like if I want to talk about corruption in the world today, and I'm delivering a lecture to Nigerian students, or I want to talk about corruption anywhere in the world, and they know that I'm from Nigeria, and they know that Nigeria is one of the most corrupt countries in the world, and I'm delivering a lesson, and then I will be citing Afghanistan, I will be citing Russia, I will be citing China, I will be citing Middle Eastern countries, and I will be citing Uganda, and I will be citing Kenya, and I didn't mention Nigeria. I will be a hypocrite, because Nigeria is a heaven of corruption. And it's not as if the world does not know about this. These are our realities. The woman deserves kudos for naming and shaming Nigeria, so that we can be able to salvage ourselves if we are sincere. But by saying that she ought to have covered up for us what is already in the open, shows how insincere even those that condemn the corruption under the All Progressive Congress administration in the last couple of years. Now, what did she say that is out of her ordinary? Nothing. She said that she knows what it is like to have something and lose it. She narrated how she grew up in a poor country, but her family was able to do well for themselves. But because of incompetent and corrupt government, her relatively wealthy family became poorer and poorer and poorer, even as they are working harder and harder and harder, and their money keep on disappearing by inflation. Is there anything she said there that is not our present reality? Is there anything that she said that is not happening under Tinubu administration? Check it. 30,000 naira minimum wage of Buhari is bigger than 70,000 naira minimum wage of Tinubu. Is it not a reality of parents of today also working harder and harder and harder, and their money keep on disappearing, and you say that she shouldn't say it? Ordinarily, why should the minimum wage be 70,000 with the rate of inflation in this country right now? The minimum wage should be nothing less than 250,000 to 300,000 if we are sincere with ourselves. But because we are not sincere with ourselves, that's why Tinubu can come on media chats and say he's fighting corruption because he increased salary to 70,000 naira minimum wage. Meanwhile, the 70,000 naira minimum wage is less than the 30,000 naira minimum wage that Buhari paid in real terms. Inflation has eaten everything up. And you say that that is the worst fear she don't want to. She ran to UK for refuge, and now to watch UK become like Nigeria, she can't take it. She did the right thing. She is doing the right thing to use Nigeria as a basket case. And those who are talking about the image of Nigeria being damaged, the image of Nigeria is already in tatters when it comes to corruption. Just go and look at the records of Transparency International of the most corrupt countries in the world in the last 10 years. Go and look at Nigeria's record. We are the most corrupt. We are among the most corrupt countries in the world. So if Kemi Badenoch say it is a bad thing, when it is a reality, anybody with a Google and a phone can see it. Just type most corrupt countries in the world, Nigeria will pop up. So what are we talking about? She was right in using Nigeria as a basket case. Something you should not be like. That's a negative. Yes, but that is our reality. We have positives too. If Kemi Badenoch is talking about Afrobeats, talking about music, she can also, if there's a need, she can use Nigeria as an example of the success story that could come out of Afrobeat entertainment from Nigeria. While we have a basket case in governance, in corruption, we have done something good with Afrobeats. We have done something good with Nollywood. We have done something good with tech and innovation, despite the lack of infrastructure. We have seen Nigerian app developers who are operating in the IT space, achieving great things that marvels the world. She can use that to give a positive image to Nigeria. If there is a need for that, she can do. I'm sure she can do it. But she is not running an entertainment to be an entertainment leader in UK. She's running to be the next Prime Minister of Britain. She is running to be the one that will live in 10 Downing Street. Therefore, the economy, the politics is what is of concern to her. And she's coming from a terrible country where the governments over the years have run the country aground. And the worst case scenario had been the All Progressive Congress administration. Because under the All Progressive Congress administration, all the gains that was made in the years gone by have been erased. And what we are now seeing is the growth of being an indebted nation. That is what we have now. Before the APC came to power in 2015, Nigeria was the biggest economy in Africa. by its population, it wasn't a surprise to many, because historically, the most populous nations in any continent often emerges the biggest economy. You find that in Russia, you find that in Europe, where Germany is the most populous in Western Europe, and it has the biggest economy in Europe. You find it in the Americas, where North America, where United States is the largest population, it has the biggest economy in North America. You have it in Brazil, where Brazil is the largest population in Latin America, and it is the biggest economy in Latin America. You find it in Asia, where China is the largest economy in Asia, is the largest population in Asia, and it has the largest economy. You find it everywhere that the population is highest, they tend to be the biggest economy. But what do we have? Under the PDP, Nigeria was the biggest economy and the largest population in Africa. What do we have under the All Progressive Congress? They were the first people to send us back-to-back recession, back-to-back recession. All Progressive Congress, back-to-back recession. Nigeria became the poverty capital of the world. Nigeria fell from being the biggest economy in Africa to becoming the 5th biggest economy in Africa. Meanwhile, we have the largest population in Africa. Instead of we being the number 1 in Africa, as we rightly belong, which was reflected under the PDP administration. Under the APC, we are now number 5. Only God knows where we are going to be by the time 2025 will be over. I wouldn't be surprised if we drop down to 10th position. And in all these, Nigerians are becoming poorer and poorer, while they are working harder and harder. And some morons say that this woman should not talk about it. The mess that we are in this country. No, she has to talk about it. It is good that she's saying it. Perhaps those who are in charge could be embarrassed, and they will reduce their greed, and reduce their stealing, and reduce their corruption, and allow space for a better life for hardworking Nigerians. Instead of this Nigerian economy where the how do they put it? That the baboon is walking, and I've forgotten how they coined that. You know, where the people are suffering, people are passing through hell. Only those in government are enjoying better life. Only those in government are enjoying better life. But all the people from civil servant to businessman, everybody just passing through hell, trying to survive. And you say this woman should not say it. She should say it. I'm sure when she remembers what she passed through in Nigeria, the anger swells in her, and she don't want to hear anything about Nigeria. But to remind the world, what a basket case. Yeah, what I wanted to remember was monkey they walk, baboon they chop. That was a popular phrase, you know. Monkey they walk, baboon they chop. This is exactly what is happening in Nigeria. Those in government are eating fat, feeding fat. Go and check what they are allocated to themselves, just for their own entertainment. And you say she should not talk. No, she shouldn't let the world know. The world already know that Nigeria is a terrible country. The world already knows that a lot of criminality in Nigeria. That is why that Nigeria passport is one of the most scrutinized passports in the world. Is it Kemi Badenoch that made all the international airports around the world, when you present your green passport, they tell you move to the other side, let's finish with this people. Is it Kemi Badenoch? They listened to Kemi Badenoch. Kemi Badenoch that emerged leader of the Conservative Party the other day. Nigeria had already been a basket case. Was it Kemi Badenoch that said that Nigeria and Afghanistan are two most fantastically corrupt countries in the world? Which was a phrase that used by David Cameron, that gave me the title of my book, The Making of a Fantastically Corrupt Country, which is available on Amazon. Which is a book. If you want to understand the corruption in Nigeria, it's a book you have to lay your hands on so that you know the history of corruption in Nigeria. From the before Nigeria became Nigeria to the period when I wrote that book. You learn a lot of lessons. Why Nigeria is a very corrupt country and has remained so, as exemplified by what happened in the last election, 2023, and what played out in the judiciary, and including the UNIDO report, which showed that judiciary collected the largest amount of bribery in cash, billions of naira in bribe after the 2023 election. That's the Nigeria's reality. Kemi Badenoch should be pointing these things out so that our leaders cannot afford to go around the world raising shoulders when the country they are running is in a mess. I don't know what to think about Kemi Badenoch and those who are kicking her for exposing the rot in this country. Are you one of them who says she shouldn't say anything? She should be saying the positives when already the whole world know about Nigeria. All they need is just to go to type into Google most corrupt countries in Africa, most corrupt countries in the world, and Nigeria will pop up. So what's all these PR stunts they are looking for to say that Nigeria is good? What is your position? Let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.